recording right now? I think we are. All right, so this is what we're gonna do, bro. This ice pop is busting. We're gonna type in salvage. Oh, it's already popped up. Let's go. All right, Marvel Spider-Man 2 boss fights we must have. I gotta react to this. I saw this junk earlier. I was like, oh, I gotta react to it. Let's hop into this junk real quick. Shout out to Salvage, my brother from another mother. You feel me? Go way back. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. I think that junk muted still. That's fine.
With YouTube TV. Try it free. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
All right, here we go.
I don't know what you're... All right, we are back with another video. That's right. Today we're going to be talking about boss battles. Boss battles that I think that we need to see in this game.
We've been... Nobody's really... I mean, a few people spoke about it, of course, but I want to hear his take. He got some good takes.
Ones that I think are appropriate to see in this game, and honestly the ones that make the most sense. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I want to know what your guys' bosses are that you want to really see. Tell me some features that you think would be really cool, some like gameplay mechanics that you think the boss can do or something. Give me some detail. I'd love to see it. And also while you're down there, go ahead and subscribe. We're trying to get to 55,000 subscribers before the end of August. I don't know if I could actually do that. That's a lot more ambitious than what I was doing before, but I'm going to be putting out a lot of videos. I'm on vacation at the end of the month too, so I'm going to be trying to wedge out a lot of shit. So go ahead and subscribe if you're new. Let's go ahead and get into it. The first one I think we honestly need, and this could be a dual one too, is Mysterio. And I think Mysterio can be coupled well with maybe even Scorpion too. They can have some type of relationship in this game and just try to mess with Spider-Man in a cool way. But Mysterio really does just make the most sense. He was teased in the last game. We know he exists.
He was definitely
and I personally think that just putting, you know, Peter through a mental trial, or even Miles through a mental trial with Mysterio would be very interesting. Or even just making him a side mission. It would be very, very fun to see him as a side mission too. Instead,
what y'all think about that? Mysterio? I think that would be cool.
Just being a main villain and like a big part of the game. You know, they could really do something interesting with that character, something very interesting with the boss too, and have him go just balls to the wall and really mess with Peter throughout the entire game, kind of like Scarecrow did in Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
I would love to see him just kind of frequently pop out of nowhere and then like kind of mess with you, and then you have to kind of go along your way. So maybe they can do a little bit something where he is tied to Kraven, or maybe he is tied to Norman and he's trying to get back, of course, the symbiote, or he's trying to like capture Peter for Kraven. He could do something like that, and I think it would be very fun to just see his character overall. And of course, it could be just the most visually stunning boss battle. I know.
Yo, imagine the visuals, bro. Like with the hallucinations and stuff like that. That Mysterio get, bro. Oh my god, I can only imagine, bro.
Scorpion's boss, where he was hallucinating and stuff like that, running around the hallucination world. That was cool, I guess, but it wasn't like anything too remarkable. We've seen things like that before. I think having like a legitimate wild hallucination for Peter that's just like fucking bonkers would be amazing. I know that the creative minds in Insomniac can come up with something, but just really make us go crazy. Something like Doctor Strange, like make us really question reality, or like even like have Peter think that Miles is being, you know, a Mysterio figure and he's actually like an hallucination or like an illusion. I like that. It'd be very fun to see that. I think Prowler, and I said this before.
Y'all think Prowler? Wait, isn't Prowler locked up? In general, regardless, do y'all think Prowler? How y'all feel about Prowler? We haven't really spoke about Prowler. How y'all feel about having Prowler in Marvel Spider-Man 2? And if he is in Marvel Spider-Man 2, what position is he gonna play? Is he gonna be good, bad, back in the streets? Like, how y'all really feel about that? Y'all said Prowler might get killed. Ooh, that might happen. That might be the person that dies in this game for Miles. Somebody gonna... we'll see.
We know that Peter's gonna be a fucking dickhead. Yeah, so maybe he hears about Prowler, he knows about Prowler's past, and he actually goes and attacks Prowler for maybe misinterpreting him and Miles being together as some evil plot to go after Peter. Maybe he's trying to manipulate, or maybe Peter thinks that he's trying to manipulate Miles in some way. There's a lot that they can do. And then of course you have Prowler's side, where he thinks that Peter is a little bit off the wall, kind of putting Miles in a dangerous spot, and he goes after Peter. So there's conflict there, and I think that conflict is going to be somewhat, you know, played upon in this game, and I really hope that they do that. I swear to God, if they don't do Big Will,
if they do that, I think. All right, this is how I think it's gonna happen. I don't think they're gonna. I think what's gonna happen is something that's gonna happen at Coney Island, and then the Big Will is actually going to like it's gonna be Easter eggs with it, but I don't think it's gonna necessarily be the comic book, the big, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see though. We're gonna see.
I'm actually going to like dock this game 2 points, just like Amazing Lucas.
That would
That's
be
how
crazy.
petty I am. I'm gonna pull an Amazing Lucas. Oh, if they don't put the Raimi suit in the game, I'm gonna dock 2 points.
Shout out to Lucas. Bro, what is this? Man.
Okay, Big Will. If he's on the game, like they had the perfect setup there. Literally a Ferris wheel. All they gotta fucking do is make the Ferris wheel detach and roll through
That would be
Brooklyn
perfect.
or Coney Island, and just have Miles or Peter try to stop it, web it up, do something.
Bro.
I've said this before. I predicted that the thing would be called Big Will too, so I should get points for that. But I'm just saying.
You can't tell me that wouldn't
That
be
is
perfect.
a perfect setup. Literally just branch out. They already freaking showed that Big Will's a thing. They have a little miniature of him, so he's in this universe. So if they don't do that shit, I'm actually
Bro,
gonna be
hold up, go back. Wait, am I tweaking, bro?
branch out. They already freaking showed that Big Will's a thing. They have a little miniature of him, so he's in this
Wow.
universe. So if they don't do that shit,
I
I'm actually
clearly
gonna be a
missed
little bit
something.
annoyed. They have it right in our face. They have the perfect setup.
Clearly.
For it. Perfect setup for it. It could be a man-bat situation where maybe you take a girl out on a date or something happens with Miles, and then it just like pops off, and you have to like switch off with Miles real quick, or like Miles falls out of the fucking Ferris wheel and pretends to die.
Right.
The girl thinks that he died, and Spider-Man comes out of nowhere. It's perfect. Okay, so the next one I think is a very obvious one, and a lot of people want this one, and it's Peter versus Miles. I think, of course, the Peter versus Miles boss, that's inevitable. That's going to happen. And
It has to happen because of the fact, just off the top, like in the gameplay that they showed, right? Not the last trailer, but the gameplay trailer prior. The way Miles was, or the way Peter was speaking to Miles, like Miles is gonna he's not gonna end up liking that. Like he's gonna like, yo, you gotta snap out of this junk. Peter's obviously gonna do something else, in terms to piss Miles off, or Miles is gonna piss him off some type of way, because Peter was talking to him like he's just some like I'm not him or something. So so they're definitely gonna clash for sure. And I think that's gonna open the eyes up. Like I said before, I think that's gonna open the eyes up for Peter to like get that symbiote up off of him. Maybe not. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna see how the story goes. Maybe that's too predictable. You know, so Insomniac's not gonna do something that's very predictable. That's what I love about them. So this is gonna be interesting.
in this game, no matter what, like just the conflict in general seems like it's winding up to that.
Right.
Miles asking, "What the hell is wrong with Pete?" and MJ's being like, "Oh, he's just not himself." You know, there's a lot there. And the fact that we've already gotten like that PS5 reveal thing that shows the shocking, seems like they're going to get into some type of conflict. So that's down the road.
They're definitely going to get
My hope is that we get to choose between Peter or Miles. That's what I've always been saying, is that we get a choice between those two.
That would be cool too. I mean, they could do that. They can definitely do that.
But I want to see that. I want to see those two like just stand off, and then a prompt comes up that says pick Miles, pick Peter, and you get a pick between the two. That'd be really cool. Or they have 3 fights. One with Peter, one with Miles, and then maybe one with Miles again. But of course, the last one ends in a stalemate. The first one, you beat him as Peter. The second one, you beat him as Miles. The third one is, of course, a tie because they're just trying to get the symbiote off at that point. So I think they can do something along that as well. You know, Peter's going through a very quick mental downgrade.
Facts.
So I really think that we're going to be seeing some type of conflict between those two, and I think it's inevitable. And I really hope they give us that choice option too. It'd just be really fun to see.
If y'all knew what I was looking at right now, chill. Let me chill.
The next one I want to see is Mr. Lee. I think Mr. Lee from Miles is, of course, another one that's inevitable. We're going to be seeing Martin Lee or Mr. Negative in some way in this game. We don't know if he's going to be really evil. In this game, it doesn't look like he's really evil yet. Maybe he's still trying to go after Norman. Maybe he thinks that Norman still has to pay, and so on and so forth. And that really does lead him into, of course, conflict with Spider-Man again. But just for Miles in general, this is more of a mental test. And if
that has to happen, because honestly, if we get Mr. Negative right, I mean, I doubt it, but they could do the whole anti-Venom joint, and You know, like, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But they could do something like that. Yeah.
If Miles gets grabbed by Martin
Savage.
Lee, then we
Facts.
can see him in a negative world. I want to see that type of boss battle with, of course, Miles going through that world, trying to like battle his inner demons and really go through that conflict. It's a test for Miles. It's something that we don't think, we haven't seen before. And I really think that this is the perfect opportunity to do it. I know that, of course, they could bring back Finn and like try to show that that was a mistake for him and stuff.
Bring back Finn? Ooh, boy.
Stuff like that. So Martin Lee can really be played as rather a redemption type of character or a very evil character that tests Miles to his limit, and that's the one I want. I want to see him really test Miles and be a mainstay villain for him throughout this whole game. So hopefully they do something like that. Of course, just seeing Miles get pushed like that, we haven't seen it like that. I think that Finn was an okay villain, but she wasn't somebody who really pushed Miles like mentally too much.
No.
It was just a friend, really. Like, it was just a friend who fell off. But when you're really getting battled with somebody who killed your dad and then making you try to feel bad about your dad being killed, it's a bit of a, that can really work to this game's emotional beats. So I really want to...
Yeah, this game is... When I saw that, I was like, yeah, this game is going to be super emotional. Super emotional, bro. Like, bro, what? Imagine you being... I don't even want to bring that up, but... Imagine you being in Miles' position, though. Craziness.
See something like that. And I think that it's inevitable no matter what. I just want... Miles' powers against Martin Lee's powers, too, seems like it's a really cool concept. The next one. The last one. I think I already spoiled it in the thumbnail. Maybe I didn't put it in the thumbnail. I don't know. It's Venom and Green Goblin. I want to see a dual boss between these two.
A dual one? Like... So, alright. I mean... It's possible. I don't know, but that would be cool in terms of, like, the thing with this is, though, like, I want to see Green Goblin in the third game. I want to see Goblin literally ruin Miles and Peter's life completely. Like, I want this man to go full-blown savage. Like, I want him to be worse than Raimi Spider-Man. Or worse than Raimi, the Raimi series. I want him worse than that. I need him to be reckless. I need him to be the human form of Carnage. Like I need him to wild out, bro, for real. I need the third game to be the Goblin, bro. I don't know. Goblin gotta be. He has to be in the third game. That's why I want this joint to be Venom, Craven. There's gonna be other people too, like Rafe and all of them. But it's probably gonna be somebody else. Out of Venom, out of all of these people or all these villains that's gonna be in the game, I think it's gonna be someone else. Like, I don't know. We just gotta see. It's gonna be interesting. We may not see Gigi in action. What? Gigi in action. Oh, Green Goblin in action. We just might see his tech. Yeah. We're going to see the build up for sure. We're going to see the Chameleon. Chameleon's type OP, bro. Like, if you really think about it. I mean, I would love to see Chameleon in this game. In this game, that would be crazy. Yeah, that would be actually dope as hell. That would be interesting. Marquis, what? I don't want Carnage, but I don't want Carnage either in the game at all. Look at my donation, famo. Oh, wait, you donated? Hold on, bro. I gotta go on YouTube. I'm on Restream. My bad, bro. He said, I didn't even get a notification. That's weird. Matthew, thank you so much for the donation. You said, love you always, brother. Appreciate you, bro. Bro. Appreciate you, bro. You feel me? Thank you so much, bro. I didn't even see it. Was there a notification for that? I don't know if it was. What are you awesome? No cap, you're awesome. Jose, what's good, bro? Hey, I need y'all to all follow me on Kick. If you're on YouTube right now, cause I'm gonna cut the YouTube stream a little short and go on Kick strictly tonight. Like, so Y'all might as well go ahead and follow me on Kick after the stream ends on YouTube. I'm going to Kick. I'm already on Kick right now. I'm streaming on YouTube and Kick at the same time. But my YouTube stream is going to end before my Kick stream, for sure. So I'm just letting y'all know. I want y'all to all be followed to me on Kick. All 44 of y'all that's in here on YouTube. So, you know. No cap. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Yep, go ahead and get that space. Delete whatever you got to do. Oh, man. Do that. Feel me? I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. He said, Witty, when you first heard about Kick app? When did I hear about Kick? I think it was a little bit before Aiden got signed to Kick. It was a little bit before that. I don't remember. But I love how nice they are. Like, Kick, they're, like, amazing. And they respond back to you and everything, bro. Witty, what if Sable comes back to help Peter and Miles deal with Craven? Since MJ and Peter went to Simcaria in Miles' game. I don't know how that's gonna go.
And I know that Goblin might be a little bit too soon, but maybe he's just a final boss. Look, he's at the very end, and they're just kind of introducing him for future games and stuff like that. And if they have Venom in there, of course, he's probably going to be Harry, most likely. If we just go off of what they say, it's not Eddie, and they're teasing that it's Harry, let's just assume it's Harry, right? It's Harry in the game. Final boss, you're fighting with Venom, and, you know, all this stuff is going on. But throughout the game, of course, they have a Norman story going on, too.
Right.
Maybe, potentially, he gets sick as well, and he has to inject himself with a Venom-type symbiote thing, but, like, it's more of a genetic thing, too, that's spliced, and it becomes the Goblin version, like the monstrous Goblin. That's what I want to see. So I want to see Venom, a giant fucking monstrous thing, trying to kill Spider-Man, and the Goblin against Peter and Miles. And I think it's perfect. Literally the perfect setup for a final boss. Everything is kind of resolved for Peter and Miles. You know, their conflict. They kind of rejoined and regrouped. They've realized what happened and what they need to do to stop the bad guys. And then, of course, they have freaking Norman.
Bro, what you talking about? Wait, which villain you want to see come back in Marvel Spider-Man 2 come back? Ooh, Electro. For sure. That's, yeah, for sure.
And Harry being like, fuck Peter for what he did to us. This guy deserves to die, and they're just trying to kill Peter while Miles is trying to, of course, fight Venom, take down Venom. You have Peter going after Goblin.
Yep.
And that whole conflict right there. It's a perfect setup for a perfect end.
Who's like over here?
And kill Peter while they kind of rejoined and regrouped. They've realized what happened and what they need to do to stop the bad guys. And then, of course, they have freaking Norman and Harry being like, fuck Peter for what he did to us. This guy deserves to die, and they're just trying to kill Peter while Miles is trying to, of course, fight Venom, take down Venom. You have Peter going after Goblin, and that whole conflict right there. It's a perfect setup for a perfect end. Father and son versus mentor and
that would be fire.
His teacher. And I think that's actually a really good idea to have Goblin at the end, and then of course have him kind of be built up for the main villain in the next game. Just have him pop up and be legitimately. I mean, you kind of already set up Norman. Norman's already been set up as a very crazy individual, and maybe he does have the armor, but I don't see this Norman having armor. I don't see him putting on a mask and then taking off the mask like, I'm Norman Osborn.
Like I was saying, I don't know if they're gonna do it like the Ultimate when he becomes an actual monster, a whole goblin. So like, Peter's not. Why do y'all be? I don't know why y'all be thinking. I don't know why y'all be thinking Peter's gonna die, bro. This is the second game. This is his second main game. He is not about to die. Stop it. Peter's not dying, bro. Relax.
I don't see that. I see this version being a giant fucking monster, my opinion. Like him injecting steroids or Venom or some shit.
But they already started showing equipment.
And becoming maybe he's Carnage. You never know. You know, there's multiple things that he can do. I just don't see him being the normal glider Green Goblin. I think we might get Hobgoblin. I don't think we're going to get the normal Green Goblin. Maybe we will. It's very up in the air. But either way, I want to see the monstrous Goblin versus Venom in this game. And
the monster Goblin will be fire.
So tell me what you guys say in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more videos in the future. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
The monster Goblin will be fire. You got to admit that. Fire. That was a good video, too. Shout out to Salvage. But, yeah, like, that's an interesting take. Will Norman be the regular Green Goblin with the suit and everything, or will he be a monster version of the monster version of Green Goblin? That's interesting. I like that. I like that. Great video though, overall.
Yo, represent for the gifted, attention to plan the vision. Demolition of evil sons of the politicians. Scientific, I'm optimistic of my positions. Writing songs, scrambling passions, picking up my decisions. Menacing.